Wow, fireworks by Davido. Davido doing us proud at the Bets Award, an electrifying performance. Nigerians continues to steal the show when it comes to major international events. But you want to talk about Davido performance, you also want to talk about what happened, what transpired, and exactly why Davido made the rounds on social media in the course of the week. I'm not alone in the studio. I have a guest in the house, Azume, making a return to the show.
Yeah, Matthew, always fantastic to be here. It's been a while. I'm really glad to be making my comeback. Yes, the video, it was a very electrifying performance, like you said. At the time, we didn't know what was in store in the future, obviously. So he's been, I think, a very, very busy man the past few months. And I think we'll be discussing a lot about his private dealings. And I think it's been, like you said, unpalatable, again, you have to understand, obviously, when you're in a position such as he is, popular, rich, a big superstar, you'd have these sort of temptations thrown at you. But the fact that he seems to want to single-handedly increase the entire population of the world is something that is, really, really funny to see. But it's fantastic performance for him at the BET Awards.
Absolutely. Interesting performance by Davido at the BET Award. Now let's talk about Burna. Burna stole the show, winning the Best International Act for the third time back-to-back. Burna Boy making us proud. They said he's more like the new cat in the industry.
Well, I think that statement has to be taken in context, when they say the new cat, compared to the person who was saying it. Obviously, when people know that you put in a number of years in the industry and then you blow.
Yes.
So when you now come into the limelight is when people really take account of you. But obviously, Burna Boy has been doing it for a long time, and there is clearly no doubt who the preeminent artist when it comes to Afrobeats is in Nigeria internationally. It is Burna Boy. He's obviously taking the baton from the likes of Wizkid, and Davido is running with it. He has had a fantastic run over the past 3, 4, 5 years. He's done it at the Grammys. He's doing it at the BET Awards back to back, like you pointed out. It's fantastic, and Burna Boy, you always trust him to deliver.
Absolutely, we trust Burna Boy to always deliver. But one individual who at this time took time to also begin to explain himself is Banky W. Banky W seems to have plenty of explanation to do. Remember, story made the rounds on social media of him having an affair with Neola, and you understand that Banky W is married to our own ever vivacious Adeswa. And Banky said he needs to take to the podium to say the devil is a liar. And what do you make of all Banky said concerning him, not infidelity, but the support that and love he has for his wife? And why does our celebrity find themselves in issues like these, especially those that are married?
I think it's, with celebrity culture, it's normal. It's very, very difficult, like I said earlier, with regards to Davido, to be that popular, to be good looking, to be rich, and then think that only one woman would have claims to you, So it takes incredible discipline from a male's perspective anyways to be able to just stay faithful to your wife or your significant other. Specifically speaking about Banky. With Banky, it was people who were putting the dots as to when the story broke on social media, right? People were saying it has to be Banky because the description fits him, So there really isn't any clarity or any should I say real truth? To it,
people
because people just started running with a particular narrative because they felt it fit, and some people are now saying probably maybe the story was even about Davido and not maybe even Banky W. But I think that with Banky, I really like how he handled it. He didn't really give it any wings.
Yes.
He wasn't, coming and should I say this, that. No, he said, come to church. I would on the podium, speaking from the Christian perspective, being inside the church, I'm going to tell you the truth. And obviously on social media, him and his wife, you're posting those lovey-dovey pictures, just showing that, see,
but some persons attributed some of those posts, especially the pictures, the cordial, the lovey-dovey pictures, as you said, to maybe guilt, that those pictures were not necessary at this time. So why post some of those pictures?
I wouldn't say they were necessary. Obviously, he had to make some sort of response, when that story came about.
Then why not give us an explanation?
No, there's no need. He doesn't. Yeah, no. First of all, he said what he had to say in church.
Yeah, in church.
Secondly, if there were no substance to it, he probably was thinking, there is no need for me to substantiate something that
I would
is
support that.
completely baseless. First of all, he doesn't owe anybody any explanations, right? If indeed there were any marital infidelities, the first person he owes explanation to is his wife. And from the pictures, we saw that his wife wasn't even bothered. She was saying, man, I love you so much. You're taking good care of me, you know. And so probably it shows us how the marriage is. And I think over the course of the years that they've been married, that marriage has been a standard, and which was why people were shocked that story came up.
Absolutely. Away from Banky, let's talk about two individuals who have kept their marriage absolutely private. 25 years, Tunde and Wumi Obi celebrating 25 years of marriage.
Very, very beautiful. I saw, you know, the renewal of their vows and, you know, the pictures on social media, him talking about how she's been with him all the years, you know, Wumi also reciprocating that love. It's fantastic, you know, when you have, these two people have been, I mean, if you're my age, people that grew up in the 90s.
Are there no challenges?
There are challenges.
But
there
these
are
guys
challenges.
have been able to keep it to themselves.
See, there are challenges, right? And people deal with these challenges differently. There might have been indiscretions we do not know, but they chose to deal with it privately. Not everybody comes to social media or Instagram with the way young people seem to deal with private things now, where they feel that there is no boundary, there is no privacy anymore. Anything that happens in your private life, in your family life, with your wife, with your husband, comes out to social media. You know, these are people who understand that, you know, they have kids, that you know, there is something to really protect. And I think that, you know, when people say, oh, this marriage has fallen apart, I can no longer trust in marriage or believe in marriage, you can look at the example that Tunde and Wumi have set over 25 years and say, you know what, it's still possible to be popular, it's still possible to be, you know, in the public eye and still maintain a loving marital relationship that can last the test, or that can stand the test of time.
Absolutely. Let's talk about a much more funny side of this whole stuff. Let's talk about the OPM pastor. In the course of the week, OPM pastor, we know him for his benevolence. But this time around, he came out on social media and he said, man, what in Christ's name is this? It happens to do with a painting of him he saw that was presented to him basically by a young man who said he does painting and he wants the pastor to come and patronize him. When the pastor saw himself, saw a painting of himself, the pastor had to take to social media to call the attention of the entire Nigerians to come and save him. Man, look at this kind of painting. Just look at this painting. Just oppose that to the pastor himself.
Yeah, Matthew, I mean, when, as a pastor, you know, they also talk about people being created in the image and likeness of God.
Yeah.
You probably saw that and like, no, this is not my image.
Absolutely.
This is definitely not my, this is definitely not my likeness, you know. You see these artists these days, you know, it's a way of drawing attention to their craft, a way of, you know, drawing
but this
patrons.
is not good enough.
No, it isn't. It's just horrible, you know. But again, it's actually good exposure for the guy, you know. The person who drew it, he has his name now out in the open, and he's 15 minutes in fame in the public. He can milk it, you know. But this is, I mean, it's just a disaster. Looking at this particular picture, it's incredible.
And as we sign out what's trending, let's talk about the big man himself. Let's talk about Davido. Remember, we just gave you a snippet of what to expect. Davido, the American lady, decided to call out Davido, and several persons are not happy with the fact that Davido decides to maybe even have anything to do, let alone a relationship, with an individual who happens to be affiliated to the S-rated movie industry. And some persons are beginning to ask questions. What exactly are the temptations of all the girls in the world? It shouldn't be her. Well, perhaps maybe Davido had seen some of those her old videos, and when he had the opportunity of meeting her in person, he wanted, you know, to feel exactly her expertise, you know. But again, I think that seeing the sort of antiques that she's put up on social media, you have to say that it was a very, very terrible lapse in judgment from Davido, somebody who comes out on television and, you know, she was doing her pregnancy test in video, like it was so very tacky, so very, very tacky. Anita Brown. You know? Yeah, Anita Brown. Yeah, very, 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 very tacky. You can also go check her out. Go check her out. For those of you who are used to that, please go check her out. You get to see her content. Yeah, but she says that was all in the past. That, you know, it was a former life, there is no past. Christian. There is no past. No, she says she's a Christian. Yeah, she's a Christian. All things are passed away. But man, she's a new creature. The internet never forgets. Absolutely, no. Whatever you think you've done in the past would at some point come to hurt you. But you must also note that maybe she thought she wanted to disparage Davido's reputation. And not to forget, this girl has benefited a lot from Davido. She even shared what's it called?
Yeah, screenshots of payments,
wire payments to her. And there was a time she was in the car, Davido was even saying, send me your wallet, I'm going to send you the money. So it tells you that this girl has benefited a lot. And at this time, you're telling the young man who just wanted you for the side that you're pregnant, you want to be part of his life. And he said, go take care of yourself.
Yeah, you know, she says that she doesn't want anything from him, that she doesn't want to end his marriage.
What does she want?
Exactly, and that's the question.
She just wants the father.
I mean, what do you want? You don't want marriage. You say you don't want money. You do not want to snatch him. So why keep the child? What exactly do you want? You know. So I mean, it's very clear what her playbook is.
And
although
why
she
come
says
to social media with teeth?
She said she was bullied.
We must also emphasize that the performance at the BET Award was absolutely beautiful, but that whole controversy almost stole the shine. No one was talking about the performance any longer because that story came out almost just a day, almost the same time the award was going on and other stuff. So I feel Davido definitely would get past this because we love him. His album Timeless is out, is doing well. One of the best Africa selling album out there. Just go out there and check it out. We are doing a break at this time. Let's have you the quotable quote as well as a song for the week. Stay with us.